I'll just get up a little bit.
All right.
All right, call the meeting to order here. It is 6:11 p.m. I will start off by reading the previous meeting's minutes. Meeting was called to order at 6:05 p.m. with Corey, Nora, Anna, and Tyler in attendance, as well as a few members of the public. Prior meeting minutes were read and approved by the board. The 2026 budget was discussed with topics of note as follows. Due to the extensive time it would take to add a new line item to the budget, funding for other existing line items have been slightly increased this year so that funds can be used for capital improvements more quickly. Line items increased are pay of the township board, social security, civil township share. The improvements line item has been split up to show more detail of what the funds have been historically used for, such as firefighting. Other than these increases, no major other changes are noted at this time. Capital improvement plan per House Bill 1461. As a refresher, this plan is to help ensure any excess funds are being used for capital improvements to township assets. A preliminary capital improvement plan was presented to the board with explanations of how the funds are calculated and planned to be used, ranging from park improvements to fire department equipment, potentially. It was noted that the CIP report is a living document that may vary as time goes on. The CIP is planned to be voted on and adopted during the next budget meeting. A grant through the Community Foundation was applied for in the amount of $40,000 and passed the first wave of approvals. If acquired, funds are planned to be used for purchasing new playground equipment at the park. A secondary grant application is in a conceptual phase with the Bethany Legacy Foundation. Corey's been working with Commercial Recreation Group and presented some visualizations that can be sent to BLF to help strengthen the vision of the intended improvements before proceeding with an application through them. A tree fell on the back of the property. Quote was received for $1,200 to cut it up, remove the brush, and clean up the property. Discussions were had about removing some other selective trees that are in ill health while the tree service contractor is on site before the trees cause damage to nearby buildings. Corey will be purchasing an external hard drive dedicated to storing the new meeting videos. Regarding the gates being removed by unauthorized citizens, Corey informed the board that he spoke with the landowner and conferred with various departments at the courthouse, and he can confirm there is no additional easement other than the one providing access to the park from the highway. Corey provided evidence using the GIS website that showed the landowner also owns other property that is directly connected to a county road. Due to the timing of the meeting, Nora made a motion, seconded by Anna, and approved to agree to allow temporary access for the fall 2025 harvest season only via a written contract that will hold the landowner liable for any damages caused to the park, drainage tile, lateral lines, etc. Corey will also inform the landowner that they need to look into securing access to his property through some other means moving forward. The meeting was adjourned at 7:37 p.m. Are any adjustments needed?
Did we talk about how much we were paying Tony in there? Did you mention that at all? Or did we just go that? That was the correction for last time, right? Yeah.
That was read in the previous meeting's minutes, but we didn't talk about it at that time.
Okay.
So.
See, I told you we'd do goofy things. I just grabbed the camera and straight up.
Grab the camera and made it useful. We can start the meeting by
any adjustments?
Following up that the farmer agreed with our contract. Since he was just here.
No, it sounded
No.
Before the meeting concluded.
True.
So, any adjustments to the prior meeting minutes? Snooze, you lose. All right. Okay. Corey, you had pull.
Okay. Let's get all formal real quick and knock out the budget stuff and then the CIP stuff and then get to the cool stuff. Hearing from Nick and from Ronnie. So first things first, this meeting is the 2026 budget adoption meeting. That is the sole primary purpose for this meeting. I have a printed copy of the resolution that you guys will have to sign tonight before we leave. I've changed nothing from the last meeting in the budget as far as it's exactly what we talked about. So if there's anybody that doesn't want it, other than that, I'm gonna need a motion by one of the three of you guys, a second. Approval to accept the 2026 budget as advertised, and it has been advertised now for about a month and a half, so.
I make a motion to approve the 2026 budget as advertised.
I will second it.
Cool.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Let's not leave here prior to signing that document,
Okay.
for the three of you guys.
So you did get it printed.
I did get it printed. It was, it was a touch and go there for a while.
Just remember, you know the code to our house, so you can always run in there and print something if you need to.
That is true. That is true.
Or the shop, either one.
So that takes care of
We need
the,
to sign those or
yeah, we can do
let's go ahead
it.
and bust it out.
You wanna do it now? That's fine. One more time with the Al camera, so you have your name written there, a little check mark by A or nay.
What you say it with the pirate accent?
Aye.
Aye.
The next thing is the capital improvement plan. This again is, this is the new thing coming down from the state with the House Bill 1461. We have to identify where all of our unrestricted funds are going, what our plan is with it. Again, nothing has changed from last meeting.
Corey, I signed an Anna spot because she was below Tyler,
That's all.
and I was like.
Did I sign in her spot?
Yeah.
Yeah, go
Mark.
ahead. No, go ahead, and
All right.
it'll be all right. I'm sure nobody will notice that much. It is recorded.
We all signed.
It is
We all signed
recorded.
it.
We have plenty of witnesses that know. See how much, see, I told you not to worry. We will do enough on our own that we
Yep,
don't need.
Yeah,
You don't have anything to worry about. So capital improvement plan, nothing has changed, with that. Again, that's just talking about how we're going to manage the unrestricted funds. Again, numbers are exactly the same as we talked about last time. Most of it goes to the park, serving the people here. We do have some allotted for the fire department if that came down to it. Again, this is not a guarantee that we're spending this money. This is just a plan that we're putting in place so that the state knows that we don't have millions of dollars in the coffers trying to hold it, like we've talked about time and time again. So again, with this, I do have another paper here, to sign. I need a motion, second, and approval, for that.
To
And that's
approve
our,
the CIP budget.
this is the resolution that approves the CIP. Yes, so we need to adopt via resolution the capital improvement plan as required by IC code 36-6-9 on today's date. So, second, yay, nay,
second. Did you?
you gotta
Go
have a motion
first.
first.
I motioned to do what he just said. The CIP,
Made a motion.
the resolution for this thing
Yes.
that they are making. us do.
Adopt via resolution to adopt
Yeah.
the budget for the capital improvement plan.
Yep.
second.
We just assigned this wherever. on
In the
this
correct spots.
line. Well, it's not on this
one
one.
doesn't-
Oh, you got lucky.
No, this one's more generic than the official state document. Okay, now we. I don't really want to look at my face. I don't see anything in here. Really quickly, I have not, with everything that's going on on my side of the fence, I have not yet, committed to going to the convention. I intend to. I need about another week and a half, before I know whether that's gonna work out or not. But I still do have intention to go to the state I almost said convention, rhymed it. I do have full intention to go. It's just gonna be with everything going on, if that's gonna work out, or not. So, other than that, I think. I did really quickly, I did get, our tree cutter or the the guy that did the trees. I talked to him about all the projects that we were gonna be doing out here. And that I needed some extra community buy-in from local businesses and stuff like that. He is a Saluda Township business. I explained to him that this is probably not gonna be the only job that we have him do out here. So I asked him if he would give us a little bit of a rebate, and so we got him to 2,800 for the trees instead of right at $3,000. So did get a little less, so that was good.
Okay.
So I've explained that to him. What we were trying to do, that we probably have some more work out here for him, and he was cool with that. I guess they haven't made it back out to do the painting, but they did get the seal coating done again. When we were talking about what we had to pay Tony for the repairs to the building, when we were talking about that 15,000, I thought that was, I figured that was wrong. That was 1,500 for the extra painting.
Okay.
So the bill to him, or what we paid him, was like 11,000 and some change for the upgrades that he did. So just so you know, grant stuff we're gonna talk about. I've had a couple of people requesting township assistance, but I get them everything. It's, I mean, again, I tell them, I mean, I can't fill the form out for them. They gotta do that. I can take the horse to the water, but I can't make them drink. So the only thing that I did not do, and Eston's gonna be upset with me, I did not get a hold of Duke to get the trees cut. And at this point, we're gonna have to wait on that anyway. So I don't think we wanna mess with that this coming week. So yeah,
True.
yeah. So that's still on the list, though. It is on the list. So, other than that, you wanna go? Let's hear about playgrounds.
How much have you explained to these guys of what we've done so far?
So everything that you sent me, did I send those to you?
I don't believe so.
Okay, so I didn't send you the raw drawings because they're not as detailed as what he was working up now. Everything that you sent me, we pulled up here last meeting a couple weeks ago and looked at all of it. And we all kind of agreed that, and Eston was here, we kind of like the farm theme, but at the same time, we like that option 3 where we were trying to make a name for ourselves, right? We want to set ourselves apart. So they've seen all that. They haven't seen, I've kind of talked a little briefly about that stuff, but, you can do your thing, man.
Okay, so I'm with CRG. You guys can pass these around. They're just smaller versions of this big poster.
Oh, they're all different.
So
They are.
we're out of Noblesville, Indiana. We've been around for about 30 years. We used to be called Recreation Unlimited, commercial division. My current owner bought the
Just like a
business
Mm-hmm.
different.
4 days before the world shut down in 2020
Hmm.
for COVID. He's like, if we can make it through that, we can make it through anything. So we're striving really well right now. We cover the entire state of Indiana. And Corey came to me about wanting to build a destination playground.
Mhm.
We just built a $2.7 million playground in Corden, Indiana, the old capital. The first 4 months it was up there, they had over 40,000 people come through there.
Wow.
They had to get a whole crew of people to basically maintain garbage and trash. They weren't expecting it first. And then they had a person in a little hut that would basically tally everyone that went through the day. They opened it, closed it. Crazy numbers. I just talked to Larry, who's the Parks Department superintendent down there. And they've had increase in sales in the city, hotel rooms, food. Everybody's gone down there. We talk about it up north. People travel across the state, Kentucky, Illinois. They've had people from almost Missouri coming down. Because right now, as far as we know, playground square foot wise, it is the largest in the United States. So it is 33,000 square feet of turf and PIP with equipment on top of that. So Corey and I started this just about, 3 weeks ago? Called me up and said, hey, we're kind of in a rush. I want to kind of get this before the Jubilee starts. And so this is what we come up with. We have a million other options, other design. I think last time Corey and I talked, even changing this option 1 to a full farm theme. And maybe adding a couple pieces from option 3 on there and changing the colors and everything else. So we didn't get to that point. He's also got a couple pieces from that used to be up here, right, the main.
The
lobby.
U2, yeah.
Yep, they wanna kind of add to that, so we didn't get to add that in here yet, but I think it's a great piece that we can maybe refurbish those and bring them in. Or do some custom panels on here that kind of brings more hometown feeling to this playground. Corey asked me to reach for the stars on this, so we went as big as possible. Even to the point of redoing the basketball court, putting a pickleball court in. Everything you possibly think of, this would all be brand new from basically where the gate is, all the way past the swing sets. So, any questions from you guys about the design, the pieces, CRG themselves, what we do, anything like that?
It looked like things were
Impressive.
pretty customizable for sure. So, you know, we can definitely go with different themes and things like that. I don't have any doubt that you guys can customize and create just about whatever anybody could think of.
Every piece is basically built to custom, so nothing's in a warehouse sitting there. Every piece we design will be built that day or through production and stuff like that. So if you guys say, I don't like that slide, I want a different piece there, it's basically a program that I flip flop and then send the renderings back to you guys.
Do you work with clients to figure out the specific age groups that should be targeted with the equipment, or do you really rely on the clients to come to you and say, I need something for 5 to 7 year olds and?
So we talked about that, because the first time we talked about having 2 to 5 over on this side and then 5 to 12 on that side. And that's kind of what we did in the option 1, so we put a big walkway in between. So this section would basically be 2 to 5, that would be 5 to 12, so. And this one, we kind of mix match stuff, but we can also move things around. Label and put signs up, hey, this is 2 to 5, every one of our pieces has stickers on it that says 2 to 5 or 5 to 12.
That way there's a variety for all age groups, basically.
Where's the ones for the 40-year-olds?
That's called a pickleball court.
It's a modern term. I do like how, you know, even in such a short amount of time, you guys were able to look at the landscape and figure out how to Tetris all the pieces together and really paint the picture. That was good. I was impressed with that.
The other thing people ask, because it's such a large area, so each piece of equipment has a 6-foot bubble around it called the U zone. Nothing can encroach on that U zone, so if you have an end of a slide, you have to have 6 foot past that slide. You can't put anything else, and that's why there's always these big gaps of space between equipment, but there's basically 12 feet, 6 foot from 6 foot, and then swings. Swings are crazy, so it's an 8-foot swing, you have 16 feet in front and 16 feet behind, so you have 32 feet just for one swing or 2 swings in a bay and then 22 foot long. So nothing can encroach on that, so again, the areas around the swings look really big and open, and that's the reason why.
Are you guys seeing anything that you don't like?
I like this farm one, and then I saw this other one, and I was like, wow.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, look the other one.
Yeah, I like this one. Can we get it like designed like the farm? Obviously, it depends on the funds
What we
and
could
that
do,
stuff,
so-
but
This would be the 2 to 5 structure on the green set. So what we could do is remove that and put the farm theme in there. And it could even be green, even though it's a farm theme and not red and white. But we could put the farm picture right here in replace of that.
John Deere.
I was like, John Deere is better suited.
Careful, you got a lot of, careful, you're gonna have a lot of red
You're
people.
gonna divide the community here.
We better hold up.
Do you think that will fit in that footprint?
We'd come out and lay it out before,
Okay.
just to make sure. We have a little bit of wiggle room of what we
You
can
do?
do there. Yep.
Wow.
I think the term, or, you know, the word, the Ninja Warrior obviously was brought up in the last meeting.
Yep.
That's
Some of the-
freaking cool.
And that's the big net structure for the slide. Yep. So you have access on both sides of this through the net on both sides to get into this opening to go down the slide or go back to the structure.
That's wild.
Longevity, you know, with the rope theme, is that, I assume that there's a lot of testing that's gone into that. That's not something that's
Correct. So
nylon rope that rots away in a year.
So
you know.
every piece of rope has 16 twines in it. Every twine has 8 metal pieces that go through that.
Okay.
So basically for them to try to cut it, like kids would we're talking like blow torches and bolt cutters, and they're gonna be there for hours to try to get through it.
What's the average lifespan of it?
Yeah, what's like
The
UV?
warranty, I believe, is 5 years. But they're saying it should last as long as the equipment, so
Mhm.
as long as those threads stay tough, then it's gonna be, I mean, those posts are lifetime warranty. Most play sets right now, depending on how much kids you have running through it, you're looking at 25 to 30 years.
Hmm.
So when you see the price tag, it's kind of shocking, but think about how long it's gonna be here.
Mhm.
It's,
And amazing. Right?
Well, that's definitely what we was, we kind of talked about. I wanna, whatever we can wind up doing is provides the most impact for generations to come.
Right.
And I really like a lot of it seems a little bit over the top, but it's because, like you said, we want to set ourselves apart. We want to create a place where people want to come and
Well, there's
experience this
nothing
sort of thing.
I think you,
There's nothing here, and it's kids. I'm gonna sound like an old guy right now, but
That's there on 62 across from.
no, but we did the one. at
well, you
Tommy
have to
River.
make it
Seems like-
where they want
One with the
to
PIP.
get off the phone using tablets.
So when we installed that.
It has to be
thing to our
something
equipment.
different.
I
So
think
when we
the
installed that before we put the surfacing down.
the climbing around and stuff's gonna be good
Yeah,
physical
okay.
activity for kids that they don't get a lot of nowadays.
I think any kid would look at that and be like, wow.
So that's how, we
Right,
haven't
just
had
like
one
that.
issue. I think we've done
Mhm.
it twice.
I do wanna see some of these for-
Yeah, I'd like to see that.
It flooded this year, I live right by it.
Oh, did it?
No, I'd probably about as bad as when it was first, what you're talking about when it got
So
installed.
they had to tear up the whole,
Yeah, the
last
full,
time, all the flooring, where they had to tear it all up.
yeah, it's now the rubber chip.
I think that
A lot
was
of
a
it.
good one.
Oh, they got rid of the
Like a
PIP?
snake.
Good portion of it, I don't
Okay.
think all of it, but
Yeah,
the
I
equipment
like
looks
that.
Mhm.
good.
That's a
Yeah.
good
I
view.
wanna see somebody play on that. I don't get
It's
how
just
that
the,
works.
yeah, I went and they were in the process of
Figure
shooting
it's
it up,
kind of
I'm
like
like,
a teeter.
why'd they do
totter.
this? And I was like, oh yeah,
Wobble?
flood.
Mhm.
Yeah, and it got,
Teaches them
had
how
to
to
do
do
past
the
the merry-go-round. Yeah.
They balance, Get cool
It's still there. so
Hey guys,
speaks
we're
to
doing a
quality.
wine night, and we're coming out here to test this at midnight. Meet you at midnight.
Gotta make sure it's.
We've gotta make sure.
So the one, you can check the one out in Madison, and then we work with Greater Clark School District. So we just put 4 brand new playgrounds in there, two brand new schools, like $950,000 each. Charlestown and Pike,
And height, okay.
yep, were the 2 that we just did, so.
What kind of pricing are you looking at for what you pitched for here?
It's so bad he doesn't want to.
It's gonna be crazy, again, and this is everything, this is down to the basketball goals, the pickleball net, the post, the concrete. Every single thing, and that's all, retail pricing, that's no discounts, no pinch and pennies, no nothing, we just give you the whole shebang, and then we'll go back and. Cause you don't wanna give some of that, and then they're like, okay, we wanna shrink it in half. Like, well, you gave us a 20% discount on this, but now you're only gonna give me 18% discount on this because we're less equipment and stuff. And so we like to give retail full price and then,
I'm gonna ask a silly question, but is that a something that gets paid for all at once, or do you do payments?
To double there.
that is above my pay grade on that one. So that's something that you guys would work out with the owner and Travis. Equipment wise, we probably need to pay that off pretty quickly.
Sure.
We get billed for that as soon as it ships. And then
Oh.
installation and stuff like that, we can work on.
Gotcha.
Yep. And then we also work with small towns like this all the time. So if you guys had an excavation company that wanted to donate the time to excavate it, or a concrete company that wanted to donate the time, but you'd pay for the materials and
So
stuff.
that's
like
for
that.
you guys
So
doing
we-
everything groundbreaking.
That's all included, it's everything. So we, of course, said, yes, we're gonna move on this today. That would cover everything top to bottom. There'd be no extra fees or anything like that.
So that's not just the equipment, that's the,
That's it.
Do
All the
everything.
everything, yep.
So that's even like for all the sidewalks and all the turf and all the everything. That's
That's
That-
every single thing you
start
can
to
think
finish.
of. Yep.
That's really not that bad, in my opinion.
We'll pass this one over.
So there's
I'm coming to you.
There's 2 different options. We should probably say it for the camera too. So the first option is roughly 276
No, go to your, no.
Oh, the next.
All of it.
Oh, there's
The
another
big number.
page. So the option, number
That's the
two,
second one.
option number two is,
So the net.
roughly 1.35 million.
Yeah,
So 1,350,351.
and that's with that's with the cost of
That's-
completely redoing the courts and doing a
Start to
pickleball
finish,
court.
everything's brand new, done,
And
over.
Gordon and I talked about maybe just doing the playground first. And do a curve around it,
Stages.
then you can add the sidewalks, you can add the basketball court, you can add in, again.
Stages.
We'll work with everybody on this, again, if you have other vendors that make it cheaper for you guys, we'll give you the CAD drawing, we'll give you everything, I'll be down here. Or we have an install manager that can come down here, walk with you guys through it, and they're all your vendors, so we're willing to do whatever you guys need to do.
Into option one was 1.14.
Oh, I didn't see, I guess I didn't see that there was.
There's a couple $100,000
Yeah.
difference between the two.
Mhm.
Expected a bigger difference though.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
Which one was option one?
That
The
one.
farmhouse.
The farm and blue.
The farm, yeah. The turf is what is the turf is super expensive.
Mhm.
What's the ramp
And
structure? What's the,
Corporation.
The big, large structure for, option one. Not the
okay,
farm structure, but the other one. That's ADA accessible.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I like that. Made it friendly.
okay, so the structure, okay, I got you now. I got you.
Maybe we could get rid of the balls.
Yeah, I'm sure we don't have to have every single piece, but.
Mm-mm. No, like, what was the, and that's with turf, what is a comparable?
PIP right now is probably only gonna be probably about a 2 to 3% decrease in price.
Okay,
PIP has 5-year warranty. Turf has
We
a
can
stable
afford this
10-year
slide right here.
warranty, so
That's
everything's
all we're even gonna
100%,
need.
6 years.
This is that.
7, 9, 10 or less. That even includes like painting the basketball courts on there, that's in there
Yeah,
too.
oh, yeah.
Full paint, top to bottom, not just lines,
Yeah.
colors and everything else, so. Like I said, we included everything, went to the 9, so you guys can kind of like pick and choose from what you wanna do, what you
Yep.
can see.
I would like to,
What are the alternates to the turf?
PIP, which is a unitary system, but it's a rubber system. And then rubber mulch, wood mulch.
yeah. To do that though, what do you do around the containment of the mulch?
If it's just wood mulch,
Well, do you just let that,
so to keep the prices down for wood mulch, rubber mulch, we have plastic timbers. You got 3-foot metal spikes,
Mhm.
female, you put them through there to hold it in. PIP and turf, we recommend concrete curb.
yeah,
Lexington Elementary, they have the rubber chips, that's very nice.
yeah,
Issue, don't get it stuck in your shoes, splinters and jabs.
yeah.
I'm trying to eat it.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
it kind of cushions your fall. a little bit.
Hmm,
And then there's 2 different kind of paddings that go under turf. There's just a normal like carpet padding that goes to a certain fall height, but with the equipment that you guys have, we have buffings, which is the same material it's under the PIP. It's rubber chips that are binded together, very squishy.
do you have any questions?
Gears turning, Tyler.
Not at this point, but I can provide some information about us, the playgrounds we've worked with,
Mhm.
just to kind of help give some context locally. And we're Bethany Legacy Foundation. Hello. We are a new-ish health foundation here in Jefferson County from the hospital, going to Norton. So we are in our third year of grant making, but one of our very first grants was actually the DuPont playground. And so we worked really closely with Dawn Gines and, her group.
Yeah, actually, I visited that. About a week ago. It was very attractive.
Yes.
They very smart.
Yes, yes, but from what they had there previously and, yes, but yeah, definitely you guys have a lot more room to play with here, but, so yeah, they had very little to maybe nothing, actually started before I even got there. Got here 2 years ago, but they, so I was just checking our numbers. They have, I believe, a larger structure, a smaller structure for the 2 to 5s, and then a couple of different kind of odds and ends spread throughout. They do have, I believe, a small basketball court, in a shelter house and bathrooms. And overall total was about 550,000 that they spent. It was over a much smaller contained area, so.
It was zip line too.
Yes,
Oh,
yeah,
wow.
so thinking about, what are the attractions that you might want to include, we've seen, at one point they were talking about having like a musical interactive piece for kids. They were also, I think, at one point gonna have table tennis set up, something ended up having to get cut. And they might end up trying to put some things back in over time, but yeah, it is a fairly decent destination playground. If you've got kids and you haven't been, highly recommend. But it's right off 7, or pretty close to 7, so kind of giving similar vibes to you guys. So when Corey invited me out and kind of looking through it, and we brought my CEO and we're like, okay, like this could be, something similar, but for here, definitely not a copy paste you guys want. So I love that you guys are thinking through the theme that you might want and thinking through who are the different age groups, accessibility, if there is like a specific draw, like the zip line that they have in DuPont. And so knowing that the Chelsea Jubilee is coming up, definitely would have been great to have more time, but sometimes timing doesn't work out. And so our big push to try and get someone involved quickly was, is this something that we can share with the community? We want to make sure that it's not just Corey or this small group, that for everyone who's going to end up using it, we can give them an opportunity to kind of think it through and say like, oh my gosh, I would love the farm theme, or we really need all those swings, or we need this extra thing. Having an opportunity when you already have people here in the space that can like really think about, well, what would I love to come here for on a Tuesday afternoon, or bring my family on the weekends. And so hoping that there's something that can be done at the event. But understand that this was our conversation was a couple weeks ago, so might not able to fall into place
Yeah.
perfectly, but that was kind of the hope, was that if there's something that we can get the community involved in. DuPont had a really great experience with that. They ended up doing a really big fundraising drive. And so our grant to them ended up, it was over a couple different grants, but it was about 350 is what we provided. So they raised 200,000 from some from the community foundation, but a lot of it, they had a ton of donors involved. And I think it really helped galvanize their community. Since then, they've got the DG Market or Dollar General going in. They're talking about what to do with the school right now. So it's just really sparked some really great conversations and excitement in the area. And so if that's something you guys are interested in, we'd love to see if something like that can happen again. And what a great thing to have that coalesce around this playground. And we have the event, people are going to be here. So that's where we're coming from and what we're interested in. And yeah, are there any questions that I can try and answer?
I agree, it'd be a good time to maybe try to present some of these drawings to the community during the Jubilee and just get some feedback from them. Be like, oh, it'd be cool if we had this, kind of like you're saying. And then like we briefly hit on while Joe was here, had some plans for kind of for the back corner. You might be able to add like some campground, campsites, something like that for some so if you look at like your KOAs and different things, like people go to different ones to enjoy what's there, and like that can help bring people here more often as well. So that's
That was something that I don't know if I mentioned to you yet or not, but we had brought up that,
coming down the pipeline. Yeah.
that at the end of the last meeting, we had were doing this very thing. There was a lot less of us, obviously, but we had kind of spitballed, that maybe in that area back over there where the wood is over there, that and that kind of open area, put in some actual, like a few RV lots
Okay,
there.
cool.
Kind of see if that was something that, cause that's not, I mean, we do have water here. I mean, we just have to run some lines over there and probably run some power over there, which is all doable and feasible and everything.
That'd be a really good draw for the Jubilee too, for people that want to stay all weekend or whatever, and like, they
Yeah.
just pull up a camper and rent it for the weekend.
Mhm.
Put a few
Mhm.
spots over there.
I think the sport is we all love the park. We just wanna make it something special
For
again.
sure.
Mhm.
Breathe some life back into it.
Kind of out in the middle of nowhere too,
Letting
and
it sit here,
anybody that can't get to Hanover's anything, they're just kind of stuck out here.
Mhm.
I mean, of course, they find that their own things to do on the farms and stuff, but it would be nice.
The more things you have, the more opportunities you have to, start hosting some year-round, different events through the off season and
Making memories.
Mhm.
just tip of the iceberg.
Mhm.
So, yeah, I definitely agree, that we're on the right track. And I think there's some things that we can definitely do in stages, like we may not need turf right off the get-go and sidewalks and all the things, like if we can get the equipment in first and gauge how folks are liking it and all that sort of thing. Get them some feedback from the community during Jubilee. Start off with getting some stuff in, and then we can tweak in advance and do all that stuff.
Mhm.
Well, how did they go about raising their fund? What was their fundraisers?
Oh, I have to talk to Don Johns. I think they had several. I think they had called like a poke around kind of a
Okay.
thing. There's a program through the state. There has been, I don't know what the status is right now, everything's changing, but called Creating Places. I don't know if you guys have worked with them. It's for public spaces and it's a matching program where if you're approved, they will match anywhere from $5,000 to $50,000 it's a crowdfunding, so like GoFundMe, it's a program like that. And so I think they did the full amount, so they raised 50,000. And it's layered, so from like the poker run, I think they raised some, and then that went towards the state match, and part of our grant was a match, and so I was able to just kind of like stack it all together. But yeah, definitely recommend the Creating Places program. I worked with them previously, and we used to do a lot of parks through that. So other than that, I think there's a lot of local community. There might have been a couple like other specific things, but and I can follow up and see if Dawn Johns has any specific recommendations. She was kind of the go-getter local to get it up and running.
Okay.
You can get with some local businesses, do some different things, and is there a way we can little plaques on some of them, like sponsored by so and so, and do some things like that?
Oh, that'd be neat.
There can be
Okay.
some incentives.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, I think the DuPont, their park, they have like a plaque on like the outside by a gate, but I've also seen like pavers, like there's a lot of different.
That.
Yeah,
Down
yeah, from the riverfront,
on the
yeah.
Concrete blocks.
Yes,
It says like it's engraved.
yeah, all the community foundations on there, and yeah.
Like there's all the businesses around it that
Mhm.
contributed and donated. That's cool.
So, yeah, great way for people to leave a legacy to their community. So for us, our primary funding process has come to a close for this year. We'll open it back up in the spring, but if there is a need, no, we need to move now for whatever reason, construction to get on schedule, et cetera. We can be flexible, so just stay in contact and let us know, but if you can line up where you guys are good to wait till spring, early summer next year, that could be good. We do require multiple quotes, so maybe once something has been decided, just to make sure that pricing is good on everything. I'm sure you guys are great, but we do like to see multiple quotes. So once maybe a theme and some ideas are brought together, just making sure that pricing isn't wildly different with someone else, but yeah. I don't think there's anything else that would be helpful. I do recommend going up to DuPont if you haven't yet, just to see what they, cause I think it'll be a good experience to see like someone, it's less than 2 years old, so you can see like really in this town that's been there for so long, kind of going through some stuff, to see, what a new playground is doing, the energy it's creating. Now it's on weekends, it gets pretty busy there. And then in terms of, tracking usage, we might be able to work with the city of Madison has Placer AI access, so they are able to track visitation to different locations. And I don't think they're limited to the city, but we can double check on that, but they might be able to partner and see if that's something that they can look into. I think it's this program that's looking at everyone's cell phones. People are always saying, so, yeah, so, if you've been to Crystal Beach, they know at least.
They gotcha.
Yeah, yeah.
Hey, gotcha.
Yes.
They're listening right now.
The old geofencing.
Yes, so, something to keep in mind for future, just to kind of track things, but yeah, I think the big thing is just figuring out, like, what do you guys want and what does your community want theme wise, specific structure wise, how much accessibility you wanna build into it. Then maybe start thinking through phases, if there's some things you wanna tackle first. Yeah. It's exciting.
Yes.
And servicing is a big thing with accessibility. Yes, they do say in ASTM code that wood mulch and rubber mulch is ADA accessible, but we all know there's no way you're pushing a wheelchair around.
Yeah.
Through rubber mulch
Yeah.
or wood mulch, and they're all height differences, so. If we're putting rubber mulch in there, we're still at an 8-inch difference, so 8-inch top instead of surfacing that you're gonna be at ground level. So if that is a plan in the future, we gotta make sure we discuss that, because we'll have to reset the surfacing underground. So then when we do business stone and some of that, all we're doing is removing that mulch, not trying to lower all the equipment to match that surfacing. And then one other thing that we offer that is brand new to us. So this is Agents of Discovery. So we have basically a contract with these guys, and it's basically like Pokemon.
Nice.
So you go try to find things, but you do within your park.
Okay.
And then you guys would have control over that. You guys would create your own adventure. So then if you have a camp here, or if you have the Jubilee here, you can make something that they have to go to every vendor. Wherever, every time they go through, they get a chance to win a prize or something like that. And we are the only playground company that has that right now. I think we have a 5-year contract with them. Until somebody else can get it, so.
It's cool.
I like that.
That's cool.
Right?
Playgrounds are just not what they used to be.
You can probably put them up in the playground equipment too. where
Yep,
you have to
so the
go
kids
up
have to
and
go up there and do that, yep.
Cute.
Yep.
I assume it's just QR codes and stuff like that, but yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, on the plaque.
It's cool.
Do you guys feel like you have what you need to start getting feedback at the Jubilee?
I think
These-
people are gonna ask, how we can pick and choose.
Yeah, that's what I was getting at. How do we get like almost like a list of options to where we can almost do like a poll the audience kind of thing and let folks say, oh, I'd like to see this. I'd like to make maybe drop them in a box at the Jubilee.
Yeah, I
and
think,
we can-
just probably pick and choose off the pictures, cause you're leaving that with us, right?
All
The-
this is you guys to keep,
Yeah,
yep.
yeah.
But that's
Um,
probably just a fraction of what you guys offer, right?
Correct, if you start
Yeah.
to do this book.
Right.
And again, and this has a small portion, our website has even more, like there's just endless kind of structures and sizes and everything you can kind of think of.
I was gonna get all the books that you gave me, I was gonna have them at the table also to let people look through. There's more information and it'll be an information overload. That's-
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's another round, so you can.
Oh, yeah, there you go.
Especially for the Jubilee, you can have them out there. And you guys talked about music equipment, so we have a whole line that does chimes and
Oh, wow.
stuff for kids, drums, and everything else. And then we do dog parks. Site amenities, so benches.
We may turn this into a dog park. Hell, kid.
We do shade structure, so any catalog you see there, we supply it, we build it.
Yeah, that would be a good idea. I could do believe to have like an area set up where you can have like a Dropbox and little pieces of paper where people can just like zip line, more swings.
Yeah, more swings or
You
more
know,
slides
Flip
or.
through those, maybe it's overwhelming, but they might get an idea of like a bridge. That way you just kind of know the general idea of what they want to see.
I guess, Eston, is that, cause I'm not gonna be here Friday, I can assure you that. Is that, you guys are gonna be able to
Yeah.
manage this?
And that's why you want us out here.
Yeah.
We can help man that,
Yes.
better understand where we're going and that kind of thing.
I can probably
What I-
come.
What I see is for the Jubilee and the 500 people that are gonna come. It may be a little bit of information overload,
Mm-hmm.
you know, so if you see. I mean, nice to look at, but.
We should also be able to create something on Facebook too, though. I would think.
Sure.
What I was thinking.
Just some Facebook posts.
Yeah.
It might be good to like narrow it down a little bit and maybe have something, and maybe split it between theme and then like what are the amenities, and maybe have the ones that you think are gonna be like, you know, you wanna consider farm, you know, you wanna consider. What is this theme or?
This next summer.
So maybe a couple, or if you see something in there like, oh my gosh, this would definitely go great, have this listed, and then have something like other, so those people that feel really strongly can like either like write it down. But stickers are always like an easy way if you have them listed and have space where people can like, okay, choose one of the themes or put your sticker on. And then have the amenities, have like, we definitely need slides, we need something for 2 to 5, we need 12 to or 5 to 12, or just have a couple of the swings to have it started, and then it could be maybe leave room for people to write in, and then people can vote on anything that's written in, because that would be something that none of us are gonna think of, but as soon as someone says it, it's like, yes, we need that. But I find stickers are like the quick, easy. Here's my voice, here's what I want, especially if you limit it, like everyone only gets 1 sticker per theme, maybe 3 for the amenities. What are the 3 things you need to see in this park? We would all love to see all of it, but we gotta narrow it at some point. So is it basketball or is it pickleball? You know, choose one or the other. I do think having it narrowed, but maybe, and then depending on how much you're able to manage and what you're able to set up, for those who are so opinionated and will hate to have the limitation, have a little space for writing or a box for dropping ideas in, but.
I'm just thinking out loud here that, you know, if we had a big poster board.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
What you guys think you want,
Mhm.
and get them up there, and it's pretty easy. to find a little, I like this.
Yep.
I don't like this.
Mhm.
You don't have to sit there and.
Does anybody have any easels for that though?
We know, not really.
Do you have any
We're willing to
easels?
do. We'll help.
Mhm.
So,
Do you have,
We're limited as well, there's just 3 of us.
yeah.
I have more staff through June.
Yeah.
I can make like some flyers, like, here's what we're thinking. I mean, and then I could create them and send them to you guys. Like, I don't know how that would work with, you know, but I could send them to you if you wanted me to make
Well, I
something.
leave tomorrow, so
Oh, okay.
I'm not gonna,
Well, I mean, like for approval, like, is this okay?
yeah.
Is this what we're thinking? And I could
That's fine.
make any changes.
Yeah.
And then I could be here Friday to help too, to set that up.
And I'll try to come down. I'll try to be back Saturday, obviously, depending on what happens Friday. But
Do we wanna have the box idea? I've got boxes for people to put.
yeah,
away.
I'd have something, yeah,
Way of collecting opinions, yeah.
yeah,
Okay,
yeah. I
I
mean,
mean,
if you can go, if
you
you
can
can,
take care of that.
yeah, if you can take care of that between now and Friday and have that
Okay,
maybe by the end of day tomorrow or something,
Yeah.
have us something to look at, you know,
I-
cause you see that and, you know,
I do like having that on it, but I just don't know anybody that has an easel. But if we could put that on a poster board, we could probably like prop it up in front of the table.
Are you were talking, Eston, about having, you're gonna have a tent somewhere, right?
Yeah.
Where this is,
Josh, and you can get after me if I can speak, but we always have our Jubilee tent set up there.
Between,
on this side.
between firehouse and, yeah, between firehouse and Paintsville and, yeah, I could think of the name of the area.
That's kind of where everybody comes for their memberships and.
Okay.
So they kind of gather with that.
So that's where we were gonna, and you guys will have a couple tables to have this stuff laid on, or yes, no, or do you need some? And-
I got tables. If I don't have, yeah, I got.
We'll come up with some.
Okay, all
I
right.
have a easel, but I don't know how far the things.
No, that thing will not, no. Yeah, no, that's not, no.
Well, I'll throw it out there on Facebook, you never know.
Yeah,
If not, we could prop it up against a table.
or just let it be tabletop,
Yeah.
you know, and look at it that way.
Or table, front of it.
Yeah. And I mean, honestly, I don't care if somebody circles it or puts check marks by it. I mean, it's not like it,
Final one, right?
yeah, I mean, it's,
Dry erase marks on that.
Yeah, if it's like laminated or something somewhere.
just get you some,
Yeah.
just get you some markers and circle it if they like something, if they check mark beside it and we wind up with a bunch of check marks on one thing, no, that's the one to go.
Just leave the books nearby so they can flip through them if they want.
Yeah, and I'll leave this other set of books with you guys tonight. We'll leave all this here tonight with you guys. Unless you need something to create
I
a
think so.
document or something. I mean, you've got a pretty good visual, don't you?
Mhm.
You guys pick out what you want to
Yeah,
display.
yeah.
Probably these two big ones, right? I mean, does that?
Yeah, that's probably a good visual anyway.
Yeah, let them, you know, if somebody wants to look at this, cause this is pretty kind of cool.
The amenities,
I can get you the digital copy.
yeah, the music book, this one.
I mean,
I do like that. I mean,
You
I
can put
think,
all those together and staple them, like, flip it
Yeah.
to,
yeah,
as long as they don't run off.
Or, and I think, or just from the Park Association, we're gonna wanna see a layout of it.
You had some videos.
yeah,
Yes, the
Like,
ones I
kind of
give you as
blueprinty looking.
the site view
yeah,
and where it would sit.
yeah.
I talked to most of our directors, and when I bring up pickleball court, they all do.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, you know, we used to multi-purpose the basketball court and tennis,
Mhm.
tennis out there. I'm just wondering if there's something, and maybe I shouldn't go that way, but an overview of the park, the bush cuts don't go
Mhm.
fit. But I don't know, do a tennis court, pickleball court, all in that one area,
Mhm.
safe space for other
Mhm.
opportunities.
Mhm.
That's the only kind of negative
Mhm.
I've heard, just.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I mean, that's part of, I mean, that's what it's, that's the whole purpose of trying to have some of this stuff together for the Jubilee is so that, you know, it isn't just, you know, mine or this, the boards or Nick's or whoever, you know, or, you know,
Everybody gets an opinion.
Make
We'll-
it nice
we'll
for
just-
everybody.
take a culmination of what everybody feels like is appropriate, you know. So maybe Anna, on that list of things, maybe you need to put, you know, like make a list. So like redo basketball court, yes or no, check yes or no. Redo, add in pickleball court, check yes or no, you know, make a list of things. Do you want to see a structure for 5 to 12-year-olds? Yes or no? Do you want to see more swings? Do you know, I would have it almost seems like it'd be a little crazy, but by the time you get done with it, it may be a full
List,
25 question, almost
yeah.
check yes or no. I mean, I hate to do it that way, but if we had 5 of those copied out, and there are 5 of those, if we had 500 of those copied and 500 people show up, we would have a
Excellent.
damn good assessment of what the community wanted by looking at all of those check yes or no's, you know what I mean? And if 450 of them said no to pickleball, I think we know we shouldn't put the money into a pickleball court, you know, I mean.
And the other, they're like, what is pickleball?
What, yeah. Yeah.
My only thing with that is I won't be able to print off 500.
No, you can go to Staples.
Yeah, we
There's
can,
not one around here, so how would we get? She needs
I
that
can't
printed
do-
by in the next 2 days.
We can, we'll,
Surely there's print shop.
yeah, if,
Yes, printing up on the hill.
Yeah.
yeah, we can ask him to, if you stop by, I can call him, and if we ask him, he'll run them off.
We can
Surely
figure
can-
out copies. We just need
I
to.
would recommend if you're gonna do kind of like, it sounds like almost like a ballot situation, have a plan for what you're gonna do with the stack of papers after, like whose responsibility is it, like to like kind of
Keep the-
tabulate
yeah.
everything, yeah, that's.
My assistant.
Data entry. Thrown out there.
She didn't realize the ring brought more responsibilities. That's what that stone is on there for. No, but it would be hard. Well, we can, it's not like it's gonna be thousands of paper, and it would be a little cumbersome, but it would be the right thing to do,
Mhm.
honestly, and
Be the most accurate.
it would be the most accurate. It gets the best assessment of what folks want. So just think of, some questions, even if we can fit it on, even if you can fit two of these in one sheet of
Yeah.
paper.
That's what I was thinking, maybe.
You could also, for folks that aren't able to make it to Jubilee,
We
whoever
could
makes that
send one on
form,
Facebook.
well, you could make like a Google form. And
Yeah.
then share a link to it on Facebook and share posts, and
Mhm.
then it'd be all digital and you just have stats of what all the members are. Then
It's not hard to do.
I was like,
I was gonna say, I might leave out.
If you can make
You get me you get me a
Yeah.
Word document of it, of
Okay.
the questions that cause I'm sorry, I just do not have
That's
time.
Yeah.
If you can,
Yeah. I'll send
Conjure
it
that
to you,
up.
And then if you think of anything else,
tomorrow night,
I'll change it.
sounds good, we'll all assess it. Might even shoot you a copy of it, see if you think that's okay. I will see if we can't get our, my buddy at MPS, surely he can run off 200 or 300 of them. And he surely ain't gonna charge us too much, just black and white copy, so.
What else besides what we've already talked about would help us, make a good story for you?
I mean, the big thing is making sure you got the community input, making sure the association and kind of like the main stakeholders are all on board. The more you can show that like this is what the community wants and not just one person or one table, the stronger that's gonna be for us, and then any other fundraising, especially if you're going with like as big as this is, that I don't think that's something that we could fully
Sure. Yeah.
fund, and so wanting to get others involved. Again, the more you can show that like community's behind this, if you put plaques up, they're gonna see your name, that's just gonna make it stronger all the way around, so. I don't think there's anything else.
I can do some fundraising, that shouldn't be terrible. Side by side rides, golf, I can do
What you got?
Well, I just, maybe a suggestion, I mean, if we're standing over here, and we're with it, I think a lot of questions is gonna be asked. It's great, but where's the money coming from? So I need to
Right.
know, okay, grants from here, or
We're gonna do some
whatever,
fundraising.
tax dollars, however, it needs to be laid out, because if they look at that and see understanding, a
Mhm.
$1,000,000 and, we get granted 300,000 or whatever, that's still, where's the rest of it coming from? I mean, that's the township.
well, we definitely gonna have to, whatever, and that's part of whatever the folks, I think this is, I don't think these two pieces of paper need to be laid out, cause I think that's gonna scare a lot of people. You know what I mean? I think we'll just keep these
No.
over here for right now, but it's the idea of what's here, obviously if Powerball hits tonight, don't worry, because we'll have a park. I'll have to have a nonprofit organization to keep my tax money there. So I'm just saying, I've worked on that now, I'm just saying, but, no, honestly though, having a balloted, and it will be a little strenuous to go through. Let's say there is 400, it would be a little strenuous, but I think that's the only way we know that, okay, we need to go out and fight for $600,000, because everything that they saw, this is what the community feels like they want to see. So we need to go and fight for something that is worth 600 or 700 or
Those ballots are.
$200,000, you know, maybe they only see, okay, well, everybody, all the ballots show that, hey, they only wanna see something that this, right? And so that's going to, I think, give us the best
No,
knowledge about
I
that.
get that, but somebody walks up and says, boy, I love it all, you know,
Who's
and Jim Bob the farmer down the road goes, yeah, but where are you gonna get that kind of money, you know?
Yeah,
There's just something
Mhm.
simple that needs to be
Yeah.
said, hey, it's grant from here.
Yeah.
here,
Well,
here.
Grants, we're
so
gonna do
we are,
fundraising and
we
then-
are actively in a grant process with the community foundation. So that is going
Like a
on.
blurb at the top.
That is,
That just says the
I have
multi-phase
requested
project.
40,000 from them.
And then we also have this new community improvement program that we're doing.
Your ability to.
The state's mandating and
Of what's the most important to our.
if there's
What
any
we start
excess
with
funds at the end of the year,
Yeah.
the state now requires us to invest in
It's a
stuff like
multi-step
that.
thing.
So,
No,
Yeah.
that's the kind of
That
stuff
might
that
be a
Yeah.
blurb
it's easy
to put on
to
there that
explain,
way.
especially if I'm not
Yeah,
there.
there. And
My
right-
wife's sitting there,
Yeah,
the
not
piece of
word
paper,
of mouth.
you know,
Yeah.
here, this is where it comes from, you
Yeah.
know, but instead of her or
Gotcha.
me or.
Yeah, that might be good to have like a little script or just kind of notes for whoever's gonna be there, just so that they do feel confident. I would recommend, one, I think it's a great pitch to get people to say their piece and do the thing is like, this will help us in seeking grant funding and seeking donors. We need as many voices involved as possible. So depending on the conversation, who's asking, why they're asking, that could be stated. I would definitely also, I would ask that it's phrased, we are seeking funding.
Sure.
I would love to promise things, but I'm not final decision maker at my foundation, and I know you're still in the process
yeah.
with the community foundation. So just making clear that like, this is really like stage one, like you're saying, stage one of, multi-month, if not multi-year process to bring it together.
Well, and just, you know, I mean, we can nothing says, just let's hypothetically say that we are awarded a community foundation grant now. I mean, that does not exclude us from a grant next year. I mean, that, you know, I put on the application that this is a multifaceted, I mean, this is a vision, right? And a lot of that, sometimes people, I think, see a price tag like that and they're like, oh my God, where are you gonna get $1 million? Well, that doesn't necessarily mean $1 million today.
Right.
That may be a 5-year and each year you gotta go back and ask for, you know, a recycle, or you gotta go and do some more funding and whatnot, so.
You know, it would be a good idea or not, but I think if we had a site overlay, you know, start pushing, putting some of that stuff in there, we can do this year.
Yeah,
You know, he's probably gonna do it all at one time.
yeah.
Nope, I'd rather do it over 5 years. Keep going. That doesn't bother me at all. Doesn't bother me at all.
So do we want to have a sign up for people who might be interested in being a part of this more? Like really digging
Maybe like
down into it?
I mean, yes, we're gonna have to, I mean, if anybody desires of being involved with it on a monetary donation level, yeah, we're gonna have to do something like that. I think if you can get if you can get like this ballot thing, I will try to formulate a operating script that I can print 4 or 5 copies off to give to you guys to have some point, you know,
Yeah.
notes. And I can probably do that tonight, because that's not gonna, a lot of that's already in my head. And I think it's just getting folks, getting the ice broke, right? Getting their mind lubricated. Cause we do have some fairly large farmers in the community, and I mean, at least when I was farming, sometimes you gotta find places to put money. Cause if you wanna keep it, you gotta find some place to put it. If not, the government's gonna want it. And so I think we could probably have some action there, right? And we do have some business owners in the community, and I think that is, I don't wanna get the cart too far in front of the horse yet and get somebody to commit yet, but I wanna just get their mind lubricated to the thought. hey,
This could be helpful.
we are going to need community buy-in when the wheels really start rolling, right? We're just trying to get this train. We're just kind of pushing,
Yeah.
we're shoveling the coal in the firebox, right?
Yeah.
We haven't even really lit the fire yet. And once that happens, that's when, that's probably months down the road, maybe a year down the road or whatever it may be. But when that happens, then we need that, we're gonna need to start formulating a call list or have some big fundraiser out here, you know what I'm saying? So,
You said you had an active Facebook, right?
it's moderately active. Yeah, I'm about ready to clean it up because too many people are putting a bunch of dumb crap on there, but yes, yeah.
Cause that could be a way, I mean,
Yeah.
with Jubilee is so close and trying to figure out a good, like, marketing or getting people's information. I don't have a ton of time, but just say, hey,
Yeah.
follow us on Facebook. We're gonna be posting more about this. Could be an easy way to like direct people without having to like take down names or.
And they need to go to the Saluda Township, the right one, because there's another one out there that I'm gonna have to figure out how to get rid of that one, cause
You
it,
might need to print off the profile picture and say, follow this on Facebook and print off like what the Facebook looks like so that they
Yeah.
don't follow that one.
yeah,
You can do QR
I was
code.
gonna say, you could do a QR code if people know how to use it.
yeah.
I mean, you could just delete the old one.
Is it hard?
You
Do you
don't
have
think you have
access? I don't
access
think we
to
have
it.
Yeah, I
access.
gave you guys the password.
Is it that
When I
one?
Yeah.
Is it?
Mhm.
We'll probably need to consolidate into the one. Say, what were you saying?
If
Sorry.
you guys need other 3D renderings, if you wanna like upload that stuff on Facebook like every couple weeks.
That would be good, I would
I'll
say.
send you an email with new options or new.
Okay.
Cause we can let them
That's
vote
cool.
on Facebook too.
Yeah, you can run polls.
New threads going through there to keep more people going.
Absolutely.
We can run the same thing digitally right after Jubilee. We can just put
Yeah.
it online.
Can you send me some of this?
Mhm.
You can, so I can, okay, so what will,
Big photo done.
so long-term plan is then post Jubilee, when I have a chance to sit down in front of my computer.
Yep.
You'll send me a few things, I'll hopefully we'll have gone through a few things, we'll know a little bit more narrowed on what it is that we're looking for. Get some of that, share some of that, trying to spread that out a little
Roll their
more.
design out, whatever their results are, your results are, we'll put that in the posters, we'll redesign it, throw it back to you guys and kind of go back from there.
Everybody happy?
Mhm.
Happy? Don't let me forget to make my list.
Don't forget about the church.
Oh, shoot, yeah, hold on, let me write this down, talking point list. All right, so really quickly, our contact for the church down there passed away.
Oh.
Now, I have sent a message to the preacher, he replied, he didn't follow back up with me, like he was supposed to follow back up with me. We missed each other, we didn't connect. In talking to, her, talking about our contact down there, there's not very many people that are actually attending the church, and so I think there's a few questions about what they're gonna do. I don't know legally, they are they're a nonprofit, so I don't know exactly what they can do with the building. But when I talked to the preacher, I was going to talk with him, about, what we can do about keeping the building open. Not that I think that we need to buy it, but if they wanna keep it in their ownership, maybe we could also help fund keeping the building going. If you remember one of the times in the winter when we met down there, it was cool because the heater wasn't working. Well, I told her then, hey, we have a budget, we meet here, we could help you out. Oh, no, don't you worry about it. Well, I guess she had been funding a lot of it out of her pocket.
No.
So,
That's not fair.
so they're not real sure what's in their checking account, so I think she was trying to keep a lot of that going on her own. And so I told her her relatives to tell the churchgoers and the pastor to get in touch with me so that we can work something out, because I mean, that's the only place I've ever voted. I know before that, we voted at the Shriners Club. Well, the Shriners Club is privately owned, so we're not going back to that dude's house. We can't hold a vote here. The Chelsea store is not an appropriate place to go vote. Outside of another church, I think that if we kind of join forces with them, just my opinion, that would make a good indoor place for us to have access when we need it. And then it also keeps them a place, maybe they can build their church following, maybe they can, I don't know, but I hate to just see that building to just
Deteriorate, right?
deteriorate.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
We'd need some kind of formal agreement or something where we're like leasing it for something.
Yeah.
That way we can justify part of our lease agreement is helping them keep lights on, you know,
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah,
But
yeah.
I think it would have to be something on paper for sure, but yeah.
They're probably gonna have to figure out their finances and all of that first.
Well, that's what I was,
What are they gonna need?
yeah, and I didn't want, and now I wasn't gonna offer like to just completely take over all of it, but
No,
if we worked a conjoined effort, you know, I mean, they've only got 3 people that are tithing.
right, they're
I
not.
mean, unless one of the 3 is a multimillionaire, which I'm not saying that none of them could be, but
Right. It's gonna be hard to replace that heater, you know?
you know what I mean? It would be on,
Who's the preacher there?
I'd never heard the name before, so until I directly talked with the gentleman, I don't know. I may know him, but Brian Bach, Boch.
Oh,
I hadn't, So I'd never heard of him before, but I've messaged him. Like I said, we've had a misconnection. But yeah, I would like to explore that for the, you know, what we can do to.
we
And if
have to
not,
have
then-
voting place.
Yeah, we gotta have some
So
other
the
vote.
election board will convene, and if that place is not available, they will find a suitable place. That's how that works with the election board.
Right.
So the election board picks the spot where the voting takes place,
But if
and they'll have to make that decision.
Yeah,
you say that later.
Yeah, if it can be saved, it needs to be saved,
yeah.
but if not, then the election.
Wasn't that a grocery store at one time? Isn't that right?
It was.
I don't know if I remember
Yeah,
that being the
that used to be
great.
the old grocery store years and years and years
Yeah.
ago.
I still remember the old Chelsea store and the old U2 gas station.
Well, you weren't here, so what he was talking about, having this old antique structure, is I know the guy that owns the U2 missile and the old sign.
Yeah.
So,
It's in the fire department with him, I can't remember. his-
no, not this guy. The guy that owns it is Rich. So, I talked with him just the other day about it. He was super excited. When I talked to you about putting it up out here somewhere, I then talked to him about it to see if that would be something, and he thought that would be.
The old rocket.
Oh,
Yeah.
Something used to be out here for years.
The old the rocket and the signs
Wow.
are on a trailer at my buddy's house. And, he's willing to donate that for the, so just so you know, cause I know you're new, you're not from the area to understand, but right down here, so the crossroad right down here where the Chelsea
Do you have
store
a
is.
picture of it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Wow.
show her.
So right down here, this used to be, there's the
Yeah,
rocket,
it
the
used to be
U2,
over on the
yep,
waterway.
yep,
Okay.
yep.
I remember.
It always.
For years,
Right here.
for years.
It was a landmark, you'd always say, go down.
Yeah,
That was- that was gone, I think.
You know.
Yeah.
So where the Chelsea store is now, there used to be an old Chelsea store, right? It was a 2-story old wooden structure. Catty corner from that was what was called the Jackson's 3-in-1, all right? It was a bar, restaurant, and a service station all in one, okay? Directly across from the road from that was the U2 gas station where you just saw. This was a moderate crossroads of America. You could, I mean, there was a lot of world's problems solved right here. Within just a couple of 100 yards right down the road. So, over time, and really I should call Jackson's 3-in-1. It was more of a moderate truck stop per se.
Big parking lot around there, yeah.
and then as time progressed, when you didn't get your gas at your local little spot and your trucks didn't stop at little places like that, they stopped out at Pilot and Love's and all, and Flying J. As time went on, those places, you know, this little crossroads kind of in our youth wasn't what it was when that man was younger, or, you know, his wife was younger. So
65. It wasn't. So there was a lot of.
This was the.
This was like
Yeah.
Route 66 over here. and-
oh yeah, it really was. It was. And so there was a lot of traffic. I mean, 95% of my dad's stories and a lot of the older guys that I hang out with, their stories start with, well, that time we was at Jackson's 3-in-1, or then it turned into Tom and Jerry's. It later changed name. It was originally Jackson 3-in-1. Or at the U2, or over at the Chelsea store. And so, when we started talking about upgrading everything out here, before I talked with you, this guy, I knew the guy had got that, and we were kind of talking about it. He's a good friend of mine. He said, if we want to, see if there's a way to make a historical marker out of this and put it up out here somewhere, because it may not strike a nerve with everybody that comes out here, but the locals are gonna see that and be like, oh my God, I ain't seen that in 30 years. You know what I mean? And they'll think it's, no, I don't think so. So, yeah, no, I mean, we have equipment to put it up. So, but no, that's definitely, so that was one of the things that we hadn't talked about yet. But yeah, so this was proverbial full-time crossroads of America right over here. So all the world's problems were solved right there.
Still got a piece of it.
Yep. But, I mean, other than that, I'll work on talking point lists. You're gonna work on creating a ballot. Eston, if I don't make it back, you'll get her taken care of. Can you get the ballots to Madison Printing and get those? If I could send him a digital
I was
copy
gonna
of
say,
it,
if you could send it to him, I could pick them up.
maybe on your lunch or something like that, cause he'll close or something like that.
Yeah, I can get one.
Okay, I will call MPS tomorrow.
Today's Wednesday, we're gonna start this on Friday.
Yeah.
Well, so if she gets, yeah, so we'll try to have the ballots to you after work Friday, because give her till tomorrow to get it created. Let me verify with him during the day tomorrow that he will run off. If you can get it, if you can keep it condensed to a half
Yeah.
page, what we'll do is I'll see if he'll print it and cut them so that they're
Oh, nice, okay.
already printed and cutted. Even if we gotta pay a little something for it, surely he ain't gonna, I mean, I do enough business with him, surely.
No, it's not a question, yeah.
Yeah,
Where's he?
surely.
Madison?
Next to KFC,
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Round building.
in that old silver domed, half domed building. Get it, you could pick it up, get it out here post after work Friday, so that then you guys have that. I can get you. Can I email you guys a copy of the talking points and print it off? Is that something? Can you make sure
Yeah,
before you
I'll
leave
write-
tonight, get me your email address?
Little funding thing.
And then that way you can have 4 or 5 copies for you guys, those
If you
talking.
get an email to me, I can print it out at work tomorrow.
Yeah.
That way I have.
Yeah, a few copies of it. Anybody think of anything that we're missing?
You got any thoughts?
Not
We need
so far.
a cash box so folks can go ahead and make donations on the phone. Right here.
And, Ronnie, if there's anything in the process, just that you think that we're not doing right, say something. You've been doing this more than us. Obviously, when you can tell that we're not superbly professional at our jobs here.
We're casual.
We're casual, yes. Well, I didn't wear the green shirt and I really wanted to, but I thought it was a little too, I've got green palm trees, so. No, we're just trying to do what's right for the folks out here. So, you know, anytime anybody sees something that may be a little flagrant or not customary, please step in. Don't think that we're not open for.
Before we were coming to office, like the park was closed off, like nobody could come in here unless they paid $75 or it was the Jubilee. So we've been working on getting it opened up and safe, and part of making it safe is getting rid of some of the old playground equipment. So we're
Yeah, Nick,
trying to.
he kind of laughed. He was.
He's like,
He was-
What can we say?
So,
the question was asked, how we do it.
so no saving, replacement, but,
Trying to, it takes a while to turn the ship, but we're trying to steer it back and bring it more modern and get some folks out here and make it a park again instead of just a place you drive by, except 2 weeks out of the year.
yep. I will say, you guys are about to wear me out on the camera notifications. There's been a lot of activity out here lately. It's okay, I'm not, my phone will ding and I look down, oh, yeah, they're out at the park. Yeah, I'm gonna shut that off for a little while.
Yeah.
You might as well shut it off again Friday.
Yeah, I am, I am. But I'll be like, oh, Eston's out there, I'm gonna shut that off for about 2 hours. He's gonna be moving all around. So, but that's good. I'm glad that we're getting some access, I'm glad it's getting attention, so. I'm ready to go home and eat. I don't know about you.
A motion for meeting in.
Beautiful. Thank you.
And I gotta fill up that hole.
Oh,
What's your, I got her on the right, it is the.
Yeah, I guess at the bottom of your shorts, that have their box slits. We'll put like.
Yeah.
Okay. Want me to start?